everyone, Namaste. Welcome to WISE SNDTWU. This is Dr. Divya Rathod and you are watching Podcast Mondays with WISE SNDTWU. Today we have a very special guest from a cohort 1 of WISE SNDTWU Incubation Centre, Himali Tirakya. Welcome Himali. This is your own space and you have been here and you have done your startup, the ideas, the maker space. We would love to know your journey today, that how this journey started, when did the idea boomed up, and you came to WISE SNDT and you pitched to us, to our investors. Please do.
Yes. So, firstly, thank you so much, Dr. Divya, for having me out over here. And it's must say such a brilliant initiative, right? And giving a spotlight to amazing women founders who are actually making innovative startups, and they get this spotlight through you. And I'm sure it's going to inspire millions and millions of women out over there to get out of that inhibition mode and self-doubt and do and build something meaningful, impactful, and profitable, right?
Yes.
Because, we all know that women founders are giving 35% of higher ROI into their
100%,
investors,
100%.
then their male founders. So I am definitely rooting for you and SNDT Wise to double down on this digit.
Definitely will do that.
Yes. So coming back to your story about like your question about how we started InstaParenting, let me first give you a quick brief about what we at InstaParenting do. So we are a certified parenting app powered by AI, and we are revolutionizing the early childhood development and modern parenting space. So there were two major problems that we identified, right? So one, most of the parents today wants to reduce screen time addiction in their
Yes.
children. Secondly, AI is redefining the kind of skills that our children will require to thrive in future.
Sure.
So, keeping in mind these two major problem statements, we created our own IP of 1,000+ activities, games, audio stories that cuts the screen time, helps parent and a child to bond together, and also foster these critical life skills. So this is what our startup is about, and it all started when with a personal pain when my nephew was born. So when my sister delivered, automatically I became one of the primary caregiver for the child.
Yes. The Masi.
The Masi. And it's because that the minute she delivered, she had a lot of complication in terms of post pregnancy. She had hormonal imbalance. There were lactation issues, sleep deprivation, and the list goes
Yes.
on and on. And my brother-in-law at that point of time was not in town. He was working in Pune, so he could only make it during the weekend. So literally, we felt like we were thrown into parenting, and I was the last born in the entire family. So there was almost a 3 decade of gap. So the only thing that we were clear is we can't raise our child how our parents raised us, because not that there is anything wrong with traditional way of parenting. Today's generation is digitally native, so
Yes.
there you can't, the environment, everything plays a very important role in child rearing, and you can't go ahead and use the same technique of parenting then. So, that's when I started doing a lot of research about child rearing. Got to know how your 90% of your brain development happens by the age of 6. And it's such a critical period to build that solid brain architecture during early years, right? So the research again shows that every minute there are millions and millions of neurons that are generated in a child's brain,
100%.
and it is very important to go ahead and build those neural connections and build those synapses early on. So what happens is when you build those neural connections, the early brain circuits are built, and later on in life, when the foundational circuits are strong, you can build on to more complex circuits. So, the need was very clear. What we started doing, because we did not know what to do, so what we started doing is we started buying expensive toys,
Yes.
expensive kits, which ranged from 1,000 rupees to 5,000 rupees,
Yes.
only to see that my child was playing with those kits and toys, only for max 3 or 4 times. And after that, it was very surprising to see he would pick up random household materials, and his curiosity was so high that he would just go ahead and make a game out of it by himself.
Yes, we did that.
Yes, we did not. We were we were again thrown,
Yes.
like my mother, we were three kids, so she would just throw us out, and
We used to make our own games. That's
yes,
what used to be done. Yes.
absolutely. So that's what, that's how the entire idea of insta parenting started. That, let's do with some simple household materials. We started again, doing a lot of research about what are the global standards of developmental milestone at each stage
Stage
of a
range. Yes.
child, and we started building activities backwards to ensure that each milestones are met. So, and that we're using simple household materials. So,
Oh wow.
we first handed started doing these, with our nephew, with my nephew, and we could see like a tremendous result, and that's how we knew that there is a clear gap that needs to be fulfilled, and yes, that's how
No, that's
insta
amazing
parenting
because
started.
I have seen your app. I have tried the app myself because I have like there were two best friends just got delivered their babies, and one baby is around 3 4 year old, and she told me that in this app I recommended that app to her, and then she also could be involved in that particular app. So that sometimes what happens is that the parents and the child, there is a gap. Then what are they supposed to do? They just give their phones to their kids, and then they can actually work. But then the parents also have to like spend some time. There has to be those memories for the child are very nourishing and enriching until the time when grow older. Because I remember my mom used to play with me, my dad used to play with me. And those small memories which you are building with your app. Basically these are the memories of life for a child, though the neurons which are building, the neurons having those memories, there's an inside out, they have those memories, and then specifically those memories with parents, with your niece, or with your masi, or with your me being a masi. I always call myself as a multi masi here, and I have to literally get involved with kids, and it was so difficult. So now I go to your app. Okay, I can see one activity. Okay, this activity I can do with him, and it is going to teach him something or the other. Because we are so conscious right now as parents that whatever we do, is it right for him or not?
True.
Being a new parents, because back then there were not a lot of families together, and everyone used to have their own power. And now there are a lot of nuclear families where your app can be like a booming app in the family itself. That's so amazing, and I wish everyone over here that they can use her app. Just to download it. It's there on the App Store. It's called as Insta Parenting. And coming to the next question, you have been in the first cohort of the incubation center. You have been yourself a diginari. So I call diginaris where you have the freedom of working anywhere, everywhere around the world. And I have seen a lot of women. They just have to like quit their jobs, or have to sacrifice their entrepreneurial businesses or something when they are getting pregnant, or whether they are getting into marriage, like, because there are a lot of phases of women. You being a women itself, and you have started this journey with the tech, with diginaris, with the technology, which is like a digital boom which has happened to India as well as the world. You can connect this app around the world for all the parents. You can customize it for America, for Australia, for anywhere around the country, and then you can actually be anywhere around the world, and do the things and reach out there. What do you think that digital boom has actually given a confidence to a women? And in the next decade, how many diginaries should be upcoming in the world? Please share some insights of that.
Absolutely. So I think, great question. So first thing first is, we as women, again, we have inhibition about that we can't handle technology. Okay. It's not that you can't handle, as long as you have a pure logic. So luckily, I do come from a tech background. I have like 10 plus years of experience in IT, but I don't come from the coding side. I only come from the functional side. I've always driven sales, business development. Yes, of course, the digital boom has happened, and never, like, this is the best part, that you can scale your product from anywhere in the world,
Yes.
and it's just that you need to find out a real problem to solve, build it through tech, and you would be able to go ahead and scale it. So, having said that, uh, I would say, take my example.
Yes, please take her example.
Yes, take my example. I don't know how to code, but I'm still going ahead and building a tech platform,
Yes.
and it's something that you can do it if you have like a right mentorship, if you
Yes.
have like a right support, if you have right agency who is backing you, and I don't think so you should be able to have any problem.
Yes, I think the digital era is like, the upcoming era for the women entrepreneurs.
Yes.
And I would love and request everyone, every woman sitting over there in the home, that you just have to like connect digitally, just enhance your digital skills, and you can actually build a platform which can go around the world, and you can contribute to the economy, you can contribute to yourself, you can enrich yourself, and like Himali has done. Himali, this journey, there are a lot of incubation centers. One of the incubation center over here is WISE SNDT, which is supporting women entrepreneurs. The WISE SNDT incubation center is by SNDT, Women's University, which has been in 109 years of legacy. We have 85,000 students currently with all the different kinds of courses, colleges, except MBBS. I think we have almost all kinds of courses like IT, pharmacy, MBA, and with more than 400 colleges affiliated. So this is now the startup ecosystem have started growing, and every college, every institutions have started, putting up the incubation centers. And we have a connection of each other, so that we also, we have a fraternity together, that how we can grow your startup with different kinds of connections, and you as an entrepreneur to go around the world. So, what kind of support did you get? What are the networking events did you meet? How the mentoring? How was the business journey? How much help did you get from WISE SNDT or any other incubation center out there?
Okay. So let me first start with one of the most important thing that I would like to highlight. Yes, your GTM strategies, your expansion strategies comes much later.
Yes.
But I would like to give the anecdote out over here, analogy out over here. So if you see, every seed has a full potential to grow into a full blown tree, right?
Yes.
The only thing, during initial time, they require a right soil and water to survive and thrive.
100%.
Right. Similarly, if you go to see the statistics out over there, 47% of startups fail because they don't get this initial seed support and financial support. So, and most, as it is, we entrepreneurs are counted in this mad category, right? Till the time we succeed, we are still considered as a mad category.
Like scientists. So yes.
Yeah, ये क्या बना रही है, ये क्या idea है, ये क्या app है, ये बिकेगा नहीं बिकेगा.
True.
No one believes in you that at that initial stage, and most of the founders don't even have that sort of a privilege that they can raise money through friends and family.
True.
So it is such an important thing to have someone who's rooting for you initially, right? And for me, more than GTM and more than expansion, WISE SNDT has been, that fertile soil for me to thrive. And I would say that the Startup India Seed Fund, the government fund, has been that water for me, where I have been able to sprout and have a light of the day to at least see.
So today, today we have like our second tranche which has come. So she has received 30 lakhs of CCD grant. So we are funded by SISF, MSI, and SMCIDB, and we keep on doing a lot of committee meetings where we invest in women entrepreneurs. And though it is in the form of grants, we have given the grants. She has received CCD because her product was in the commercialization stage, a huge amount. She has received her first tranche, and today I have your second tranche out there, where she is receiving around 15 lakhs.
This is a proof.
Yes, 15 lakhs, which will be there in her bank account tomorrow itself. And with this money, so see, I always feel money is just one of the part of the what you can say, the soil. There's so much more. You got to meet a lot of other entrepreneurs. You got to meet the startup ecosystem. You have mentoring. You have so many people around you. We have a lot of directors. We have a lot of mentors coming and nourishing the ideas. Somewhere or the other, the network plays a very important role. And we have now started with a WISE Women Network also. So I hope that you all join and start your journey. And to any of the incubation centers around you, there are so many incubation centers which government has set up. So and for women, of course, you can come to us because we support women entrepreneurs having 30% equity in their company, and we want more and more women leaders like her. We want to raise more and more women leaders so that the next decade is like women leadership.
Absolutely.
And it is going to happen. 100%. 100%.
I told you 35% of better ROI to investors than men.
Yes.
co-founders or
Because
founders. So
yes, because as women, I feel that we are so conscious about when we are taking the first step. It's so difficult for women to actually start a private limited. It takes so much of courage. Like you said, that women entrepreneurs are like entrepreneurs itself has been considered like a scientist. Like we were like, you're
you're
called
mad.
crazy, you are mad. What are you doing? What is happening? Someone has
You
to,
have left a package
yes.
of 50 lakh and you're starting something.
Yes,
Oh God.
yes. And for that, I think the government support, they are trying to believe in that, in every, all the scientists, all the crazy minds which are here. And I hope that you nourish, flourish, and whatever the fraternity can do. Because there is a huge, what you can say, misconception which was going on that women will never support a women. But I feel now this is the decade when the women decade where women on leadership is coming up, and everyone is going to support everyone. What is the last message we want to give it to all our viewers? Being a women entrepreneur, being such a young women entrepreneur, and our students are there. We have all the women entrepreneurs in tribal areas, in cities which are they're just sitting, but they do have this phone where they can just apply and to any of this and start their journey. What would you like to give them a small message out there?
So my message would be very, very simple, is that get out of that innovation mode. And
Yes.
yes, everything what I said out over here may sound extremely smooth. Okay, एक idea किया, then you reached out to incubation, you started making money. But of course, this journey is not going to be easy.
True.
It's going to be extremely difficult. This is a 10-minute podcast we are doing. I really can't explain how many tears and tears
Yes.
of blood we
Yes.
have cried. But if you're persistent, if you're
Yes.
resilient, the ecosystem is here to go ahead and support you.
True.
I definitely would want to also highlight, how we went ahead and got our first customers as well.
Yes, please do that.
Yeah. So, as you're aware that we were winners of Maharashtra Startup
Yes.
Week as well. So, during that point of time, we got to interact with a lot of government departments. And all you have to do is just be present, don't sit in your home, don't sit in the comfort zone of your office. Go ahead, and the more you go out and the more you network,
Yes.
the doors will open to you. So when we were meeting different stakeholders, we were very happy that we got an opportunity to go ahead and meet Dr. Amit Siani, who is additional Joint Commissioner of BMC. He liked the product, and he was, someone who took a first bet that, okay, fine, let's roll out your app and program in Mumbai Public School.
Yes.
So very happy about that. Eventually, we started getting I also met other incubation centers as well. Met Gaurang Shetty from
Yes.
Riddle.
Yes.
From Riddle. He's a CEO out over there. He liked the product because he also has a 3-year-old.
Yes.
He could resonate to the product, and he could see the need for a product like this. He immediately gave us a meeting with SOMAD trustees, and we are rolling out our pilot in
Amazing.
SOMAD schools as
Yes.
well. Like 4 schools, we are rolling it out, and that was a big validation for us that not only government is supporting us, but also
The private sectors, yes.
private sector. So it was like, our product is actually cutting across the socio-economic boundaries and
Yes.
background, and it's really creating an impact. So, and it's just a matter of time, now that I know that, with these 2 major wins and the contract that we have bagged, the POs that we have bagged, it's just going to be a snowball effect, and we are very sure.
It is 100%. We all are there to support you.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, the only message that I would want to go ahead and give to all the young entrepreneurs and women entrepreneurs as well, because we are very shy when it comes to go ahead and networking. But your networking plays a very, very important role. Like, I loved what you just mentioned outside, right? What did you say? So introvert and then
Yeah, ambivert.
ambivert. Yeah, it was something that I just learned. I really loved that. That you are an introvert,
Yes.
but when the situation comes, you go ahead and train your mind
Yes.
in a way that you have to be out there vocal, talk to people
Yes.
about your product, because जो दिखता है वो बिकता है.
True, 100%.
Right? You can't go ahead and sit and do things. So go out over there, meet people,
Yes.
pitch your product, and the
Yes.
ecosystem is there to support you.
No, 100%, 100%. Thank you so
Yes.
much, Himali, for
Thank
being
you.
here, supporting all our women students, women entrepreneurs, upcoming entrepreneurs, staying and, seeing us and watching us. And, I hope that you take this advice very, very seriously and, come and be a part of WISE SNDT, be a part of the startup ecosystem. And it's a lovely ecosystem we are trying to build up, and it is going to be the next decade is going to be yours. Thank you so much. Signing off, Dr. Divya Rathod, and thank you, Himali.
Thank you.